福島第一原子力発電所事故 The Fukushima Nuclear Meltdown 自覚 5 years ago, Japan had faced one of the worst chain of hazards in the 21st century, an earthquake, a tsunami, and a nuclear meltdown. On March 11, 2011, a magnitude 9 earthquake in the Pacific Ocean, about 100 miles away from Fukushima Prefecture, triggered a powerful tsunami wave that hits the northeastern region of Japan. It was the most powerful earthquake in Japan ever recorded since 1900. At its peak, the tsunami is 133 feet high, equivalent to 11-story building. Towns and houses were swept away as if they were made of paper. All words fail to describe the horror. The events led to great losses in life and properties. Nuclear power plants in Fukushima and other regions have been shut down, causing a temporary energy shortage for the whole nation. People were displaced from their homes. An evacuation order was placed for those who live within the 30 kilometers radius of the power plants. Today, many of those remain in emergency shelters. Rikai. The true causes of the incident can be summarized into 3 parts. First, Fukushima Daiichi, or the nuclear power plant, was not inspected properly. It operated at substandard conditions for a long period during its 40-year lifetime. The conditions had made it vulnerable to hazards. Second, crisis management was in shambles, owing to Tokyo Electric Power Co., or TEPCO, the biggest electric company in Japan, which owns Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. They withheld a significant amount of information from the government to cover up their mistakes. As the middleman between the power plant operators and the government, TEPCO's failure to relay information prevented the government from understanding the real situation of the power plant operators. The miscommunication led to a series of errors in decision making. And lastly, countermeasures for nuclear meltdown in the national mitigation plans was non-existent. For instance, there was no mention of a Plan B in case of power plant blackouts. Even though Japan is familiar with earthquakes and tsunami, they had never experienced a nuclear meltdown before. Bunseki. From the incident, the Japanese government has initiated Recovery Agency and the Road to Recovery project. A lot of analyses were done to assess the current situations, namely air dose rate and radioactive substance in the atmosphere, as well as a value assessment of agricultural and fishery industry to estimate the economic losses. Efforts to improve Fukushima come not only from the top but also from the bottom. Local people worked in cooperation with MIT to analyze the physical cost factors, such as eroded slope analysis to better understand the landscape, safe evacuation route to school as a temporary shelter, assessment risk zone along the shorelines, and other GIS tools. Senryaku. Japanese government is planning for a more resilient Fukushima through a plan called New Tohoku, or New Northeastern Region. The plan focuses on building strong local communities. Support facilities such as a new community space for better public participation have been built. Disaster-affected local businesses and major enterprises arrange to meet each other to discuss new business initiatives. Also, Tohoku is leading towards sustainability from new sources of renewable energy and ecotourism business, with efforts from public-private joint ventures to bring back the region's life. International cooperation with local Fukushima works in parallel with the government strategies. For now, Fukushima is being re-landscaped to be more resilient. Farmers are bringing business back to their hometown. Farms in Fukushima have recovered to the level where produce can be shipped out. Greenhouses are used for planting crops such as tomato and spinach. Farmers also hire inspectors to check the radioactive level and ensure food safety. Food carts using Fukushima crops are opened in Tokyo to promote their high-quality products and gain back their customers. Suzuku Ronso. Cause of the crisis led Japan to rethink whether they should continue with nuclear power or not. Even though Japan is now resilient thanks to a lot of new initiatives, controversies ensue between the government and its people. While the public sentiment are against nuclear power, the government insists upon using it. The fight for a more resilient Fukushima and a more resilient Japan rages on.